Happy Friday, y'all. So it's day 2 of me having the reinstall of Outrage Sharona wig in the color DRST4 Pink Plum, which right now is, I think, everyone's favorite wig for 2025 so far. This morning I woke up and I actually got some really good sleep last night and I was just dreaming away. And for the first time, I just didn't feel like installing like something else in my head. So I was like, you know what? Even though I know my girl Sharona could give out on me at any given time, I'm going to trust the process and I'm just going to take my bonnet off and I'm just going to keep her, keep this wig for today. And maybe I'll wear it tomorrow too. I'm not sure. All depends. It all has to do with my mood. But anyway, some of the questions that you guys always ask me, besides how do I care for my wigs, is also about like wig maintenance. Now, another creator put me on to this. I always had the bowl hole jelly. I am not sponsored, so this is just like an extra tip. I've always had this product, right? But recently reordered it once I finished my O1. I had the O1 for like years, didn't really use it. I wasn't really sure how to use this product. Hold on, let's throw it to the side because I'm getting tired of holding it up. Anyway, another creator had pointed out that the bowl hole jelly really helps with your melt. So whether you use glue, spray, which right now I have spray, is what I'm using to tack down my wigs, that if you just put along the edges, like the bowl hole jelly, and let it dry, whether it's like air dry or maybe you do a little warm, cool blow type of dry, that it's going to give you that melt, but it's also going to give you like that extra hole. So if you're like me, and sometimes I'll get some lifting because I'm only using spray, I'll get some lifting on the sides and stuff like that. And I want to, every day when I wake up and I'm wearing the same wig, and I want to make sure everything is still melted down and still looking great and still giving like, still looking beautiful. I use the bowl hole jelly as like my upkeep for my wigs daily. So this morning, I had to use some spray to tack down the side of this one. But then for the rest of the wig, I just applied the bowl hole jelly. I made sure it dried, and then I just tied it with my little edge band. Tied it for like 10 minutes and then untied it, and it's still giving me that extra hole because I don't know what today is going to bring, and I don't have glue in this hair. So it's going to give me that extra hole along with the spray, but it's still going to give me that melted look. Now, the creator that I got this tip from, I wish I could remember her name, but I'm pretty sure I saw it here on TikTok. One thing she warned about is make sure that the bowl hole jelly is fully dry. Fully dry before you tie your edges down, right? Make sure it's dry. I would agree with her for that, but I've been doing it for like 2 months now, trying this tip, and she actually used it for her initial install. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes a spray is enough, but I use it for my upkeep, and I have found that you get less residue than if you have to use a lot of spray or re-glue. You get less residue. Now, as we're about to enter full-blown summer, I'm going to be able to find out if the bowl hole jelly mixed with a spray, an adhesive spray, if that combination can keep me together in 80-degree weather or 90-degree weather. I don't know. We about to be out of glueless weather season, but I can say as far as the spring, this has really worked on like rainy days. This has worked on humid days to just add that bowl hole jelly to your edges just for your daily upkeep. Let it sit, let it dry, retie your hair. Everything is kind of tied down and whatever. So it's worked for me so far. Now, as we get into deep summer, I will definitely let y'all know how it does in the humidity, like the combination. But I know if you're like me, I really don't like to use glue unless I must. And I'm not one of those people that's going to wear my hair like 100% glueless, where I'm just using the bands and the pins. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Shout out to the girlies who feel very comfortable doing that. I'm always afraid I'll be walking down the street and like the wind will blow one way and my wig will go the other. So I always need a little something. I find wig tape, I'm pretty allergic. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. As far as the jellies and the glues, Bowl Hole is the product that I use because I am allergic to Ghost Bond and I am allergic to the Gots to Be glue. I have like super, super sensitive skin. Thankfully, my mom and sister started wearing wigs way before me. So I would always ask them what they use on their skin. And then there's like a 98% chance that what works for them is going to work for me. So I've been part of the Bowl Hole family when it comes to the glues and the jellies. And I think I have the liquid gold as well. Though I don't think I use the liquid gold often, but I hear it's really good as well. But I know I have it somewhere here. So I wanted to give you guys that Friday wig tip because it's something I just didn't know about how I could use the jelly. And it's so funny because I had the first jelly for like years just sitting on my dresser. And in the last 2 months, I used that thing up, or whatever the remainder that was in there. I used it up and it's really been holding down my edges, plus still giving me that sleek, like your edges are like it's down, it's laid, it's melted look. So you guys give it a try. Let me know what you think. It's Friday. I wanted to give you guys a wig tip. I'm starting to sweat. You guys have a great weekend. All right. Love you guys. Bye.